I'm just acting Chicallywood.
And we actually made a video reading the bad reviews.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
and they
dope.
were funny to me.
Was it one in particular that stood out?
One said, why is the mom from Fresh Prince on here? She must really have it out there bad or something. I'm like, God damn. It just, it's stuff like that. I laugh at. That's why I be looking at Facebook posts and what people be saying like about other people subliminally. I'm like, nobody's listening. Who do you think is looking at your posts that cares? Like that's what killed me. Like people got other shit going on and care about your opinions. So.
Yeah, and I mean at the end of the day, like we here to build better situations because look, the beautiful thing about my situation is that I don't have to compete with nobody but myself.
You don't.
You know what I'm saying? I've been blessed to be a student of my own talent to where, I know how to film, I know how to edit, I know how to do the sound design, all this other stuff like that because I genuinely enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? I just enjoy it. And what's so funny was when I'm doing all this stuff, I remember one time somebody was like, I was doing something and they were like, I don't really trust somebody that does all that because I guess they wasn't used to seeing that. But I'm like, but I thought that was the norm. You know what I'm saying? I thought that's what you're supposed to do.
You're supposed to, like, in filmmaking, indie film, I got to get crafty sometimes. That's just what you got to do. Like, so you're not above crafty.
Dude, like, and the thing is that I appreciate that I learned how to do it because now, because I know the rules of it. And then when I'm teaching somebody else, all I got to do is I can explain it to them in an easier and simpler way. Right. Because, when you're in hustle mode and you're grinding, trying to figure it out, you're trying to piece together pieces of information and that takes time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And you like, man, but I want to be creating. You know what I'm saying? I want to get back to writing. You know what I'm saying? So, no, at the end of the day, I believe we're blessed to be in a situation to just say, hey, how can I work with this person to make my job easier? Because I'm pretty sure one day you're going to have somebody like, you're going to have an assistant that's going to be like.
At some point. I remember when I first knew you were dope, it was, you had released that, was the Chirac remix?
Hey, you remember that?
And I was like, I still got it on my SoundCloud. I was listening to it, and you had a video for it. I'm like, I don't know no nigga with an orchestra.
Hey.
Yes. I was like, this man has an orchestra on this song. Like, Jesus.
I learned how to compose off of YouTube. Fun story about that. It was interesting because I was working. I already knew I knew music, sound theory, and everything like that. So I already knew how to like the arpeggiators and all that stuff like that. So the funny thing was that I went to the studio, shout out to CRC, Chicago Recording Company. I went down there, and it was an orchestra that was already there, and they pretty much was like, look, one of them knew me, and and they was just like, man, we heard your production, man, and he just brought it up like, man, would you imagine working with an orchestra? And I looked at him like, what you mean imagine?
Right.
Like, how can we actually make that happen? So then that's when he was like, well, I'll talk it over with some people, whatever. But then I had to sit back and be like, but wait a minute, how does that work? How does it actually work?
Yeah.
Like, so I actually went on YouTube and learned how to like understand how to score, write the music notes.
Right.
And what's so dope is that when I did that first project, that led me to start doing a lot more scoring for some movies and commercials.
Nice. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And to all my producers out there, get into the sync licensing game. Because like even with movies and things that I've done, like I score all my music. You know what I'm saying? And I love it and enjoy it. And the thing is, I can release it as a soundtrack, rap over it, whatever the case may be. So, it's like, and I'm pretty sure you're experiencing this too, but talent is like a language.
Oh, yeah.
Because, I can sit and talk orchestra music stuff with somebody that's into Hans Zimmer or whatever the case may be. And then I can flip that and, play some beats for somebody that's into Chief Keef, whatever the case may be. And then flip that, have a conversation about, writing a script.
Right. But you had to have forward thinking to be like, no artist, and I met a lot of artists, and dope artists in Chicago, but no one has ever said, I'm going to work with an orchestra. That's like you thinking 5 years ahead of where you were at the time, like, I'm going to do this.
Yeah. And then another thing I've been learning too is like I learned how to mix my movie into Dolby Digital surround sound. So the interesting thing now, like when I do film festivals, is like I can pinpoint how the setup is. Right. So I have to do different versions and variations of my film from a 5.1 or stereo or a Dolby Digital.
All movie theaters are different.
And that's when I learned like, why those very expensive Dolby Digital surround sound theaters are like costing because they keep those for like the Spider-Mans and all those movies. But it's just a progress and process of learning just how I could be dope because I want somebody, because like to be honest with you, bro, like I don't want to do everything forever.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I want to be able to say I built these bridges, and I can sit back and say like, man, and shout out to like Russell. There's another dope filmmaker on the rise. Like he been working with me, and I've been showing him things. I'm just like, look, bro, because sometimes I'm like, I don't feel like doing it, and he'll pick up the pace and he'll get it, and he went and bought his own equipment. So proud of that brother, man. So, and I'm pretty sure you basically can parallel that because you know you look at people like, man, I want to work with that individual because they're moving forward. Yeah. Just like how you, Omar, like how you guys connected. Was it a situation where you was like, yo, I like your hustle, I like how you work? Was it one of them things, or?
I'm gonna tell this story again, and he gonna hate me. I call he's a fucking asshole for this. So this is how it started. So we were filming, I want to say from 2016 to 2000, right before COVID.
Okay.
Me and Diesel, we met Omar through a friend named Rick, and he has a school named Innovation. Shout out to Innovation High School in the city. And we were filming there. We shot different locations in the school for these 4 years. So Omar would come, let us in, and you know, just sometimes he'll leave, sometimes he'll stay. And we talk here and there, whatever. Never about filmmaking at all.
Yeah.
COVID hit, and you know, we at home not doing shit, and I started doing cartoons, trying to just keep content out there. And he's like, let me, he was doing comic books. So he's like, let me try to, you know, do a cartoon for you. And he did a cartoon. Okay. And then all of a sudden he like, you know, I went to film school. No, I didn't know that, Omar. I didn't know you went to, that wasn't a question that you never.
It's like, where'd that come from?
You never said anything about film school. I like the first 4 years, never mentioned film school. And he's like, yeah, I went to film school. And I'm like, oh, okay, yeah. He's like, yeah, it got too expensive when I went. It was a long time ago because he's old. He said, I stopped because my ideas and thoughts were bigger than what I could afford. And that's what like his teacher was telling him. So he stopped. It wasn't the Canons that everybody, the DSLR cameras.
Yeah.
It was like, you know, it's expensive to shoot film back. He shot, he was like doing the civil rights when he was making movies. But anyway, and so he's like, you want to start filming stuff? Like, you know, I filmed some of your stuff, and then he wanted to do some horror stuff. And so that's how we connected. And I'm like, you know, this would have been good information to know like 4 years ago, but I appreciate it now. But he's very dope at what he does. He does the cinematography, directing, editing, color correcting, sound design. Never once mentioned this shit to me in 4 years.
Yeah.
So,
nah, that's dope, man. I mean, and like you said, you've kind of created this circle of like, yo, we about to get this done. Yeah. And the efficiency is dope, man. Man, it's already been an hour, man. Like, I know, right? That's what happened when you got good conversation, man. You know what I'm saying? And I definitely would love to have you back on this show, brother, when I actually start getting more content and start moving it. Because, you know, the thing is, these jewels and gems that you're dropping is definitely essential. So for people that are watching this, what is one piece of advice that you can give to somebody that's, you know, they look up to you or they've seen you? What's something you can tell them?
This shit ain't easy. It's not easy. You gonna doubt yourself. You gonna doubt yourself. You're gonna like want to give up. Yeah. It's not easy. Don't think you can. Even people think making sketches easy. Now, my brother-in-law found that shit out the hard way. He thought you gonna show up and the cell phone gonna pop up when we shoot a sketch and it'd be like 10 minutes. He out. He gonna set 3 hours. Like, what the fuck is going on? Like, this is not easy. Anything worth a damn is not easy to do. Educate yourself about what you want to do, and do the best that you can. But I'm not telling you gonna make it. But good luck. But it's better than doing what you're doing now. So it is like if you're struggling to figure out your place, you got to find what you're good at, and that goes in all. Whether it's music, film, whatever you're good at, but you have to figure it out for yourself. It's not gonna come easy, and you're probably not gonna like yourself a lot of times. But if you keep going and you keep pushing, you'll figure it out.
Man, that's wise words. You understand? Where can people find you? What's your socials?
J Davis TP on everything: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat.
Spell it out for him.
JAY Davis TP.
Okay.
On everything.
Okay, cool, man. So as you guys already know, I'm YoungBlaze is across the board, while UNG, I'm gonna have it in the lower thirds or whatever. So yeah, man. So it's definitely been an honor talking with you, brother.
Oh, thank you, man. Like I know, it's like I'm like we gonna meet at one point. Like we talk here and there via social media. But like, we gonna run into each other.
These are
I don't go
facts.
outside.
I feel you, man. I'm kind of a homebody too, but I'll be in here with my toys and stuff, so I always be
you
great.
Get shit done. Like a lot of people, I'll be like, y'all out. Like, so y'all be writing.
I feel you, man. So, man, like I said, people, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, all that cool stuff. Put the comments in the comments.
Please subscribe.
Yes, and other than that, anything else you want to mention?
And if I know I've said a few things, and some people might take it personal. Some people might think I'm talking directly to them. I probably am, and I don't care if you're upset about it. That's life. I get pissed off every day. So what?
Hey, you got to develop that thick skin.
Yeah.
This is what it is, man.
Yeah.
So, with that being said, man, this is Acting Chicallywood. I'm your boy YoungBlaze, and
I'm Jay Davis. Follow everybody. Follow YoungBlaze, a dope individual. Follow this show, this podcast. It's amazing.
Y'all already know what it is. So, with that being said, peace.